Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we completed with the revision of third chapter. Now let's start with the revision of fourth chapter, that is journal. You guys learn in this chapter about the what is journal book, characteristics, significance, and how to pass the journal entry for the different transactions. So now let's start with it. So what is journal book? A journal book is a fundamental book of double entry system, and it is such a basic fundamental book that on the basis of which the remaining books of accounts are prepared. So on the basis of journal book, remaining books of accounts are prepared, and journal book is a fundamental book of the double entry system. A French word jour means day, from which the word journal is derived, meaning of which is daily recording of business transactions. English word journal is originally of Latin language. The meaning of it is a note or a diary. So a journal book is known as the book of original entries, and it is such a book of accounts that where all the accounting transactions are recorded in the order of date, and it is also determined which account will be debited or credited with what amount. So the transactions are the first recorded here in the journal book. So now let's see the characteristics of journal book. So first characteristic is original book. Journal book is original book, or we can say it is a fundamental book of accounts. The second is dual effect. So according to debit credit rules, dual effects are recorded of accounts transactions in it. Then third one is two columns for amount. There are two columns, debit and credit, in the journal book. Then fourth one is order of date. The transactions in journal book are recorded in order of the date. And the fifth is narration. So at the end of each journal entry you have to write the narration of that transaction. So these were the characteristics of journal book. Now let's see the significance of journal. So first one is all accounting transactions. So all accounting transactions are first recorded in the journal book, and on the basis of journal book all the remaining accounts are prepared. Second is detailed information. Third one is information useful for the future. Fourth importance is easy for posting. Fifth one is systematic recording. Sixth one is errorless accounts. So these were the importance of journal book. Now this is the specimen given. This is how you have to prepare the journal book. First column would be date. Second would be particulars. Third would be LF number. Fourth would be debit column, debit amount column, and fifth would be credit amount column. And at the top of the journal book you have to write the journal book of Shri, whatever name it is given. Write the journal entries in the books of, say, like Ramanand it is given, correct? So you have to write here journal book of Shri Ramanand. And in the date, first of all you have to write the year, in which year the transaction was took place, and then you have to start with the date, January 1st, then you have to continue 2nd January, 3rd January, like that. So this is the specimen of journal. Now we have discussed the journal entries for the all types of transactions, correct? So now let's discuss the one illustration or one example which includes the all types of transactions. So here open your digest, accounting digest. In that the sum is given. Sum is given which shows that transactions of inclusive of all. So this is the sum which includes all the types of transactions, and you can from this sum you can determine how you have to pass the journal entry for each type of transactions. So now this sum is also given in your textbook exercise question. So now let's begin. So first transaction is brought rupees 50,000 cash. debtors of rupees 20,000, stock of goods of rupees 10,000, creditors of rupees 5,000, and commenced business. So the journal entry for the first transaction would be like cash is brought, debtors is brought, stock is brought, and creditors was brought for commencement of the business. So cash is coming in the business, therefore cash account would be debited. Then debtors is a type of asset. It is not a type of asset. Debtor is a relationship of debtors and creditors is open. Therefore debtors account will also be debited. Then stock of goods account would also be debited. To creditors account will be credited because the creditors of rupees business has also taken loan from the third party. Therefore creditors account would be credited to capital account. Amount would be 50,000 in the cash column, then 20,000 in the debtors column. Stock of goods would be 10,000, creditors would be 5,000. So if you add these three amounts and minus 5,000 from that amount, you will get 75,000. That amount you have to write it in the capital account. So this is how you can pass the journal entry. Why? Reason is cash is coming in the business, therefore cash account will be debited. Debtors it is a relation between debtors and creditors is created. Here debtors is also brought, means somebody has also provided money, so therefore debtors is also created, therefore debtors account will be debited. Stock of goods account would also be debited. To creditors account would be credited, and to capital account will also be credited. At the end of the transaction, you have to write the narration that being business commenced by bringing in cash, debtors, stock of goods, and creditors. Then second transaction is deposited cash of rupees 20,000 with Vijaya Bank and open an account. So Vijaya Bank, it is a type of artificial person, and cash was deposited in the bank and the account was opened. Therefore Vijaya Bank account would be debited, and as cash is going out of business, cash is withdrawn and now it is deposited in the bank, therefore it is considered that cash is going out of the business, therefore cash account will be credited. Amount would be 20,000 in debit column and 20,000 in credit column. The next transaction is goods of rupees 20,000 was purchased from Sumul at 10% trade discount and 10% cash discount and paid half of the amount by the check. So here in this case, goods were purchased from Sumul. Therefore purchase account will be debited to Sumul's account. But it is it was purchased on a 10% trade discount and 10% cash discount. So first of all, you have to minus the trade discount. So from 18,000, you have to calculate 10% on 18,000. So it would be 8,000. If you calculate 18,000 into 10 divided by 100, you will get 8,000. So if you minus that 8,000 from 18,000, whatever amount you will get, out of that again you have to calculate 10% cash discount. When you calculate that 10% cash discount, you will get 900. That cash discount you have to show it as credit account, to discount account credited 900. Bank account, why bank account will also be credited? Because bank balance is decreasing, therefore bank account will be credited here because half of the amount is paid by the check. Correct? So you have to calculate half, whatever amount you will get, here 9,000 you have got, correct? So 9,000 into 1.5. whatever amount you will get, that you have to write it in 8,100 in the bank account column. So purchase account will be debited because goods is coming in the business. Goods was purchased from Sumul, so Sumul's account will be credited. To bank account it will be also be credited because half of the amount is paid by check and bank balance is decreasing. Therefore, you have to credit the bank account to discount account because goods was purchased at 10% trade discount and 10% cash discount. So in journal entry, you have to always show the cash discount, not the trade discount. Yes, you have to minus 10% trade discount from the main cost, but you don't have to show that trade discount in the journal entry. You have to show only the cash discount. First of all, you have to minus the trade discount from the main cost, and after whatever amount you will get after deducting the trade discount, after on that amount again you have to calculate 10% cash discount, and whatever amount you will get, that amount you have to write it in the discount column. Now next journal entry is a furniture of rupees 15,000 was purchased on credit from Puneet Furniture Mart. A carriage of rupees 100 was paid in cash. So here in this case, furniture was purchased from Puneet Furniture Mart and rupees 100 was paid in carriage of rupees 100 was paid in cash. So furniture is a type of asset. Furniture is coming in the business. Therefore, furniture account would be debited to Puneet Furniture Mart because furniture is purchased from Puneet Furniture Mart. Account would be credited to cash account because carriage is paid. Carriage is paid in cash. So cash is going out of business. Therefore, cash account will also be credited. So 15,100 would be amount for the furniture account column. Then 15,000 for the Puneet Furniture Mart and the 100 for the carriage. So at the end you have to write the narration that being purchased furniture paid carriage of rupees 100. So now we are going to stop here. In the next video we would be discussing the remaining journal entries, and still if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. Thank you.